What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome into the channel. We're gonna talk a little bit of Warzone. So I stopped playing it. Like I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it with this franchise anymore. I love Call of Duty. I just can't do it. I can't play the game anymore. It's hard to play. It's boring. It's got nothing for me. Seriously. I mean, really, if you think about it, the game is just trash. I mean, if you play it, you play it. You have fun, you're addicted. I get it. But for me, just not my thing anymore. I rather honestly play other games like the finals. I love the finals. That game is so good. It just sucks that it's just not as big as it is. I feel like it should be big. We're definitely gonna be playing Arc Raiders. We got Splitgate 2 coming out. Hopefully that's decent. We'll be playing that May 22nd when that beta drops. But I saw this video right here. Call of Duty is already killing Verdansk, which, I mean, the new update killed it. I mean, really, it's just, what's going on with this freaking franchise? Let's check it out.
I noted how important it was for Call of Duty to really hit the ground running, with Verdansk being the first step in a number of positive steps to take Call of Duty Warzone and place it back in its casual sandbox experience that makes it a fun game. Not tweaking weapons too much, not taking away fun metas, not catering to the top 1% of players, but rather a real focused, emphasized effort on just re-injecting fun into Call of Duty Warzone. And when I went on holiday with Season 3 Reloaded releasing, I was expecting to come back to a very similar Verdansk with the added additions of things like Ascenders to the game, which honestly was something that I was looking forward to.
It's crazy that everybody liked it about a month and a half ago. They update the game, and now it's crap. Like, I mean, it's just the same stuff every time, and everybody keeps coming back to the game. Stop playing this game. And I think that people are starting to wake up and are starting to stop playing this game. I think it's slow. It's a slow burn, but I think we're at that point where this game, when you say Call of Duty's dying, it's a lie. You know what I mean? It's always been a lie. I think right now where we are at this point, saying Call of Duty's dying, I think is the right, like, you're right. Like, I think it's actually dying right now.
Public sentiment against it. So you can imagine my surprise when I
slowly to be a slow burn, but
Reloaded for the first time to find out not only is it not the step forward that we needed with this update, it was actually a colossal step backwards. Somehow Call of Duty, in the space of a very short window, has managed to take the beloved Verdansk update that we got and massively dilute that experience with a number of bugs that have been re-entered into the game, and seemingly a massively large uptick in cheaters that I've noticed in-game. The experience from the Season 3 release I would call a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10. And we're now down somewhere to like a 5 or 6.
That's not good.
Pretty colossal drop-off.
Not good.
And I'm going to be revealing to you some numbers later on in this video that actually illustrates that Call of Duty's player count situation is not getting better.
Definitely
as a
not.
matter of fact, as a result of 2025...
I mean, you have to understand, I used to play this game for 8 hours a day. Like, you know, like a year ago, like, I loved Call of Duty. That's all I streamed was Warzone. I didn't play any other games. To the point where people are like, oh, you're going to play any other games? Like, nah, I don't want to. I just want to play Call of Duty. Like, that's just how it was. Like, I was addicted to this game. Now I have no interest in playing it. I play it like 4 hours a month, if that. The
game has been handled.
It's garbage. It's just trash.
Players, and they thought they were going to gain more. So to start with, probably one of the most painstaking bugs I've seen so far is that plates are quite literally just not working in the game.
That's kind of important.
You can apply a plate and it just will do a ghost plate.
Pretty important to have plates usually. You know what I mean?
Don't get the plate applied to your armor. You just do the animation. So sometimes when you're refilling all 3 plates, you do 4 animations.
Unreal.
Or if you have tempered and you're expecting to do 2, you end up doing 3. And honestly, just something that's so fundamentally essential to how this game plays, being that broken and that not working correctly, is already insanity within itself. You know, there are lots of other bugs and issues that we're going to be talking about throughout this video, but the fact that something as basic as the armor system in this game now being somewhat non-functional should give you an alarmingly large red flare as to how much of a step backwards this update
Third person, huh?
The next big one, and this is probably one of the craziest ones, is servers just straight up crashing throughout the release of Season 3.
I guess this had something to do with ranked, and I'm honestly thinking that it was hackers that were like shutting down servers. Like, and I don't know. Call of Duty did announce say, oh, it wasn't hackers, but I honestly do not believe them.
Reloaded, although it seems to have stabilized a little
They're
bit.
liars.
Pretty much people were unable to finish.
They
games.
go on the internet and tell lies.
The instance of Call of Duty would just crash outright, and people would end up finishing their games in Circle 2 or Circle 3, and pretty much nobody was able to complete a full game of Warzone. Now, they're alleging that this wasn't malicious intentions.
Jeez, he is slaying.
That happened as a result of people trying to DDoS their servers. But honestly, I almost don't believe them, because the correlation between ranked play going live and suddenly everybody's servers crashing versus ranked play now no longer existing, which we'll talk about in a minute.
It's back now, though. This video was like 6 days ago, but yeah, no, rank is back now, but I've been hearing that there's more cheaters than ever in this game right now, and it just seems like ever since this update, it's, you know what it really, I think it is just now that we have ranked coming out, people were back cheating, and then they took ranked away, and then they went back to pubs, if that makes any sense, because they had just bought their cheats. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. That's just kind of
stable. It just doesn't seem to add up in my head. To me, it seems fundamentally clear that when ranked play was live and cheaters had the option to DDoS servers if they were so inclined, suddenly the entire server system was struggling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, when there's no reason to do it,
how do they do that, though? Like the fact that a billion dollar company like Activision and hackers can go and like DDoS your servers, like shut them down. Like, what are we for real? Like, that's just insane to me.
The server situation has been diabolical. Not only
crazy,
can people not
man.
finish their games, although again, I do state that does seem to be improving. What I've witnessed this last couple of days in terms of gunfight desync, in terms of latency,
the input,
in terms of mismatches,
so bad.
What I'm seeing on my screen and what is happening in the game server has been astronomical. Now, I have made tons of videos about this. I've made videos about
with this third-person mode.
Situation.
Jesus.
I've made videos about how Call of Duty is cheaping out on their servers.
Oh my god,
netcode
they have the worst servers probably
flawed,
for an AAA.
and how the entire system just doesn't work. And I'm saying this as somebody who plays on Call of Duty servers with a latency sometimes as low as 2 milliseconds. The highest I can get in the United Kingdom is 10 milliseconds if I'm in a UK server. And even then, even with the lowest possible feasible latency that would be considered god tier by most other video game standards, I still witness and experience some of the worst desync experiences I've seen in any modern first-person shooter. I've probably seen more issues with people teleporting around vehicles.
That's insane, man.
People dying behind cover and dying around corners, and more issues with just desync in kill cams than I have ever seen pretty much throughout the entire life cycle of Warzone. And it's got to be said again, it doesn't matter if it's a matter of just simply paying for better servers with higher refresh rates and higher tick rates, or it's simply a case of redesigning the netcode. The entirety of how Call of Duty operates is the worst in AAA shooting.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they are by far. I mean, if you rank it for like top games, like just shooters, like multiplayer shooters, like it don't matter if you're third, first person, it doesn't matter. What are they ranked in servers? They have to be like dead last. They have to for like a AAA. It's unreal. I mean, the input lag. I mean, you press the button, it doesn't react. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just so slow, and it's just ridiculous. And the fact that people still play this game is sad. It sucks.
Experience, which sometimes seems to be pretty
Makes me mad, actually.
How Call of Duty handles netcode and how they handle their server infrastructure is the worst. It's the worst of any shooter that we have out right now, in my humble experience. And it's alarming to me that I played early access shooters like Arc Raiders, which arguably aren't as demanding, arguably in places in terms of the networking and in terms of what they're trying to achieve, but instantly felt 10 times better than anything I'd played from a Call of Duty game, despite it being a massive...
Arc Raiders ran better than Call of Duty's ever run. I know, I guess it's not as big, but I don't care, man. Like, it's a playtest, and it's just unreal. It's sad. It's real sad.
Irrespective to server crashes, games themselves are just crashing, and a lot of people who are on AMD-based systems are noticing issues with stuttering and latency. And as a result of both the server crashes and also seemingly some issues within ranked play itself, the entirety of ranked play has been taken away from Warzone Season 3 Reloaded. They've actually vaulted ranked play, and honestly, it's had such a detrimental impact to the game, it's alarming. Not only did ranked play just not work and end up being a complete catastrophe for anybody who tried to play it, as a result of them vaulting the experience, the amount of cheaters that have now flooded into the public experience that
There we
are
go.
just absolutely dominating the game.
There we go.
Is
That's what I was
insane.
talking
We'll
about.
touch on that again a little bit later. Settings in the game aren't applying, including the ability to adjust audio settings. It seems to be a new bug that's been introduced with Season 3 Reloaded, where you can't even tweak certain things without it working correctly. And attachments in the games have been bugged as well, with thermal optics not working, and even some gun optics being entirely misaligned. And even some perks got taken out in the collateral option too. Ghost was not working for an extended period of time. Now they've patched it and it's working again. And they've seemingly created a very larger backlog of little bugs here and there that have massively compromised the experience. And if you were somebody who really enjoyed the customizable UI options of Black Ops 6, well, you can kiss all of that goodbye.
Why?
Rather
See
than
what I'm
making
saying?
it-
Like, this is what I say all the time. Why do they take features away from this game? I don't get it. They continue to take features away. This, you can't do find a player anymore. You used to be able to find a player with mic, like preference with the, or competitive or casual. Like, dude, you used to be able to have settings and you could find people with mics. Like, they took that away. I don't even think that's in the game anymore. And that's been gone for about a year. Why? Like, why can't we talk to people in, like, in multiplayer? Why can't we just continue to play with the same people in a lobby if we're having fun and talking crap to each other, and like you continue to play them and like they beat you, you beat me, and you know what I mean, and have that like good competitive stuff? Like, what the hell? Like, I don't get Call of Duty. I don't get it, and this is why I stopped playing this effing game. This game sucks.
So that Warzone
God,
players
does it
had
get me
access
pissed
to the
off.
customizable UI options that would carry over to Warzone.
Freaking
and
aggravating,
be something
dude.
they could utilize both in
It's
Black
just
Ops 6
stupid.
multiplayer and in the Warzone experience. They've just decided to strip the
Yep.
entire Warzone experience
it.
of that customizable UI
You
element.
like it?
So
Out of
those
here.
you who are
You like?
utilizing the larger
Yeah, no, we're gonna
minimap,
take
for
that feature
example,
out.
that is now completely gone. Now, the last thing I want to touch on here is cheaters, because I have seen the largest uptick of cheaters I think I've witnessed.
That's what I
and
heard.
it
I'm not
only
going to
took
play
a
the game
couple
to
of
find it
weeks,
out.
let's be
Find
honest,
out.
guys.
Nope. All
Don't get
set.
me wrong, Season 3 started really, really strong. They've done a decent job of staying on top of it. By Season 3 Reloaded, the experience I had today can only be described as absolutely dominated by cheaters.
Dominated.
And I will say, credit where credit is due, a lot of these guys are getting reported, and I am getting notifications that they are being banned retroactively. But the sheer volume of the number of them that I've encountered during this time, it just doesn't make up for it. You can ban all of them, but if they're playing 4 or 5 games by the time they get banned, and then I run into another one who's playing 4 or 5 games, and another one is playing 4 or 5 games, ultimately I'm just fundamentally always playing against cheaters. And honestly, it seems to be some pretty basic stuff, like some straight up rage hacking, straight up aimbots, stuff that just should be detected fairly instantaneously. And arguably my biggest complaint, and this is something that I find personally very frustrating, is that I have spoken extensively on the impact that out-of-region players are having on the European experience of Warzone. And it's amazing to me that you can go into a game of Warzone and just watch these guys advertise cheats in Chinese with just no action taken.
Yeah, they could talk Chinese, but if I say "F you" in the chat, yeah, I get banned. But these guys can sell cheats in the text. Like, what are we doing? What is going on with this effing franchise? Like, how is this game still on top at all? How is it top 10? How is it top 10?
You know, if you type something in text chat in English, it automatically gets vetted, and if you say something stupid, you will get a text ban. You'll possibly get an audio or chat.
Oh yeah,
ban,
of course, for
and you
10
won't be able to
days.
speak in the
Yeah,
game.
can't
But
talk
if
to
you
your
want to
buddies.
log in there and sell as many cheats as you humanly want
Yeah,
from an entirely
why
different
not?
region of the world, that is perfectly allowed and something that isn't being detected at all or being retroactively dealt with. And the bots that are doing this are pretty much just making the game worse, spamming your notification feed, spamming your text feed. Again, zero action being taken. The final thing I want to touch on, and this is something
It
that's,
is freaking pretty
away from
nasty.
the bugs, away from the cheaters, away from things that, are things that can sometimes be a little uncontrollable. The game getting unstable can sometimes just happen. It can be a series of things that go
It's a
wrong in
fucking
development.
disgusting.
And the anti-cheat situation will ebb and flow from strength to weakness. But they really had an opportunity to inject more fun into this game with some fun modes, and their solution was to go, yeah, bro, it's 420 part 7, 75,000. Like, come on, Call of Duty. Like, what are we doing? This is the 65th bajillionth time since I have played this game that you have reskinned the same superhero abilities that you used for the boys,
Yep.
the same abilities you've used for Zombie Royale, and just gone, yep, let's repackage it, make it look like 5% difference, and no one will notice. We do. Try something different.
It's so dumb,
Armored
dude.
Royale,
Well, why don't they do
Juggernaut
the
Royale,
LTMs
this
anymore?
catalog of
It's just so
LTMs that you
lazy. I
used to
can't
make in
stand
the
this working
past
game.
that you've now just decided to abandon on the basis of having the
This
same
is what I talk
power-ups
about all the
every
time.
5 months.
It's a good video right
It's
here.
kind of embarrassing. And for the love of God, this was a great opportunity to start this season strong and go, you know what, guys, let's introduce some classic Call of Duty skins that would have looked really great in Verdansk, that lots of people probably would have purchased. And your solution to that was to throw in goddamn Seth Rogen. It's so non-directional. It's like the people who make this game, the people who are
They
in
don't play
charge
the
of
game.
this game, the people who have any kind of creative control or fiscal control of this game, don't know their own jobs.
They don't.
Because from the outside in, it's
I've been saying this. Activision, they do not play their game. They do not know. They are so out of touch. They have no clue what players want. They just don't. And they want to do what they want. It's insane.
Clear that this is a huge misstep, and Season 3 Reloaded just took 10 steps backwards, and quite frankly, if they had any sense, they would actually walk back the update. They would literally take everything that's happened this update and go, right, we're not doing anything till Season 4 until we fix all of this. We're scaling it back. We're walking all of it back. Now look, fundamentally, I understand it. These skins exist because at the end of the day, people obviously are buying them.
Yeah, that's the
incentive
problem.
for them.
That's the big problem is people are buying it, so they continue to do it, and then they continue to take features away because nobody's actually saying anything, and they just keep talking with their wallets. And that's really the end of. That's the story. That's literally it. That's the problem.
Them to keep going.
You.
But the fact
You
that you
buying
decided
it.
to welcome an entire generation
You buy the
of
black
previous Warzone
black
players
cell,
back
you're the
into
problem.
fray with Call of Duty Warzone's return to Verdansk, and then instantly shove the most
You buy skins,
abrasive
you're the problem.
LTM situation, Seth Rogen skin into their face and go, by the way, this was everything that you hated and why you left, just isn't intelligent. Like, it doesn't take a child to explain that to you. Like, oh yeah, you know, we're really bringing back this grounded experience. We're reducing the movement. We're making the game feel like the dance. We're making everything feel what you expected back from the days when you used to play this game. By the way, here's 17 weed skins. Here's Seth Rogen, and here's a mode that's basically the superhuman mode that we did a few months ago, or even a year ago now at this point. Shove it back in your face. And this leads me on to my final point, which is that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has actually seen its lowest concurrent player.
Oh, it
count
has
that
to be.
they've seen
It has to
in
be.
quite some time.
Call of Duty is at its
Now, I've
lowest.
said it
It's
before
no
and I'll say
question.
it
It is.
The audio of this game, the server system of this game, the aim assist of this game, and the anti-cheat of this game are the 4 pillars of Call of Duty that at this point people have a reputation for. People look at Call of Duty and go, yep, terrible audio, terrible servers, aim assist makes everything easy for people on controller, and the anti-cheat is absolutely terrible and it's riddled with cheaters. And they've done nothing to really challenge that situation at
Never.
all, in my opinion. They've done nothing to really challenge it. The audio arguably is better. The anti-cheat hasn't really made a difference in my view, in terms of the experience that I have from day to day. And everything else, well, just feels
It
like
is
after the
nasty
fact, I'd say
third
the servers
person,
are
huh?
pretty much worse
Jeez.
than what they were before. And as a result of that, in the March of 2023, Call of Duty had 22.4 million players. In March of 2024, it had 20.8 million players. And in March of 2025, it had 20.6 million players. A year-on-year-on-year decline for Call of Duty. And whilst I'm confident Verdansk in April of 2025 would have shot that number right up, the reality of what we've just seen in Season 3 Reloaded is probably instantly going to delete some of that good grace that they've made already. And ultimately, at the end of this video, I think my challenge to Call of Duty is this. Stop breaking shit, do a better job, and fix your damn
Stop
game.
breaking it.
It's embarrassing, really, at this point.
It is embarrassing.
A studio as large as Call of Duty Studios, with the number of developers that they've had, the amount of QA that they should be having on these updates, regularly finds themselves taking 10 steps backwards with every single update. It's the only company I can think of, really, where updates to its game are so backward stepping that it puts the game in a bad
Put
spot.
it in the box.
Battlefield doesn't do it. Most of the extraction shooters don't do it. Most of the battle royales don't do it. Updates are iterational improvements. But in the case of Call of Duty, somehow this multi-billion-dollar studio, this multi-billion-dollar setup with Activision and Xbox, has managed to just constantly make the game worse. And I really don't
They
know how
do.
they
It's just unreal.
So, folks, that's it for this video.
Oh,
If you're wondering
man.
what Season 3 Reloaded
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
that's a good
avoid the
video.
part
Tactical
one,
Brit
maybe when Season 4
nailed
comes
that
out in about
video.
20 to 30.
He absolutely nailed that video. Tactical Bread, check him out. I will put his link in my description of this video. But I'm telling you, Call of Duty, it's just every time. If they go 3 steps forward, they will go 6 steps back. They will bring it back 2 steps forward, and then they'll go 4 steps back. If the, and then it just keeps going. They're always going back. They are going forward and then back, and then there's, while they're going back, they're taking out features and no one says anything. It happens a lot, and I just don't understand it. I mean, Warzone and Call of Duty itself right now, as I cannot stand it right now. I can't stomach playing it. Hopefully there will be some change. They need to come out with something new, not like reinvent anything. It's just get away from like this nostalgia stuff. Like I'm done with it in Fortnite. The whole nostalgia thing, I'm kind of like over that. It's just make the game good. You can have Verdansk in the game, but then make another map that's a new map. Have your new map and have your Verdansk. There's no reason they can't do that. I'm sorry, they can. People say, oh, it'll be too much. No, figure it out. Like, get it done. You guys are $1 billion company. Have 2 maps in rotation. Have your classic map that everybody loves and adores. That's fine. Then have your new map that you change and have more POI changes inside of it, and then have other new maps come in the rotation. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, once in a while, we should be able to play Al Mazrah. You know what I mean? Why not? Like just keep the game fresh. It's very simple. It's not very hard. Bring back Vondel. Like, where'd Vondel go? Like, that map is awesome. Like, people don't like, a lot of people liked Vondel. Some people didn't, but that map was really, really good. So I don't get why they cannot bring back all this stuff. But yeah, no, if you're still in here with this video, I really appreciate it. If you can, hit a like. It really helps these videos. I do stream on this channel every day, about 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We're always playing games. I do appreciate all the support. Until the next one, hope everybody has a good day. Peace.